Hi, Intrepid viewers. Hi, also any new people coming through and potential Intrepid viewers. I'm answering a few of your requests today, and your comments have been amazing, both to me and each other. So thank you for giving all that support to each other after the last video too. And the images have been fantastic. Billboards, impeach, impeach, even in Georgia. I'm reminded of the Georgia peach, for those of you who are old enough to remember. So, wow, it's all going off. So, as we know, never a dull moment. And one of the things you've requested is, what is Rudy Giuliani doing in the Ukraine? He's on the brink of being indicted. His own organisation, Giuliani Securities, code for whatever, is being investigated, and yet he's trotted off to the Ukraine. Whose arm is he trying to twist there? So let's have a look at that, and then we've got more to cover. Okay, so I'm going back to the Rider-Waite's, and I'll use my new cards, the Next World Tarot, for some clarifiers if we need it. So this is Giuliani. What is Giuliani doing in the Ukraine? What is he doing? What is he up to in the Ukraine? All right. Oh, sorry about all this, viewers. Oh, by the way, I just have to share, I've just come back from the dentist and the anaesthetic's wearing off. So if I get grumpier and grumpier, you'll understand. All right, back to Giuliani and my crumpled jumper. Oh, he's really a child. He's being a martyr. Protecting the money. Oh, Kel's surprise, viewers. Sorry. Here we go. This is news about money, right? News coming through about money. I think when all this broke, first digression, when all this broke a few weeks ago, heading into the impeachment witness testimony and so forth, there would have been a lot of back and forth in Ukraine and between Giuliani and Ukraine. So I think this is an extension of that. Then he gets the pushing it uphill card, or the martyr. He is seeing himself as a martyr in this story now. Look, I'm here to tell you, Rudy, no point being a martyr to a narcissistic sociopath. There is no future in it. But somehow his old Catholicism has kicked in or something, and he thinks of himself as a martyr in this story. He's wanting to hold on to his money, keeping it close to his chest, and information about money. Because lest we forget, viewers, all of this, all of it, every single particle of this entire saga is only and always about the money. That's all that goes on for these guys, right? It's about the money. So Giuliani has had a nasty surprise, the message. He now feels he's the martyr. He's trying to get his money, I would say, out of Ukraine as we speak. It's also going, this is my GOP card, Happy Fake Families. I think this is Giuliani. Look, yes, he's Republican, but he's like Trump. He's almost beyond parties. They're just money men. So it's not so much that he is trying to somehow cover, in his new role as martyr, he's trying to cover those GOP people, including Nunes and so on, and perhaps Lindsey Graham and others who have taken Russian money or Ukrainian money or both, whatever, he's trying to sort of save what's left of this. This was about business and trade, the Three of Wands, business and trade over the waters, waiting for your ship to come in. Well, malheureusement, Rudy, that ship has sailed and you're not on it. So let me do some clarifiers, because these are not the cards of someone who is actually behaving rationally. And I say that because, first of all, he went in the teeth of all this. He went, teeth, thinking of the dentist. He's not thinking clearly. Trump has never thought clearly. But Rudy, something's going on in Rudy's brain as well, and it is not altogether rational. It really isn't. I don't think he's in a panic so much as a deluded state. A deluded state. So let's see what the new cards say for Rudy. Oh, Page of Cups. Surprise, another surprise message. The Queen of Wands. I'm thinking Letitia James coming down on his sorry, guilty buttocks. Oh, and Six of Pentacles, redistribution. Look at all this. This is the card of compromise, money laundering. This is all this stuff trying to hide the money, the business. The trail is not going to end well for Rudy. I think he's made a big mistake with this particular trip, and he's dug himself into a deeper hole. Some could say a grave of his own making. All right, now another question I've had is, Trump did this in Ukraine, but what about other countries? So my next question is, are we going to hear about other countries where the Teflon Don, not for much longer, hopefully, the Teflon Don has been dabbling with his international adventures, with money? What else will we hear about Trump and international money? Trump and international money. What other countries? Trump and money. Strength cards, little pacts with deals. Oh dear. This is deals and deals. Now, his strength, he's always claimed, I'm the deal maker, you know, stick with me, I'm the master of the deal, when we know the only reason he says that is because he lies about everything, and it's always been other people who have made the deals. Whenever he's made a deal, he's lost money, always, without exception. So, nonetheless, this is a card of strength in the deals he's made. Now the messages are coming out. Okay. These are the deals, right? The Lover's card, the Two of Cups, lots of deals. Three of Swords. I'm going to stick my neck out and say 3 other countries. Right, we know Russia's involved. Giuliani was muttering about Romania, who knows? But I think 2 other countries other than Russia. Could be Germany with Deutsche Bank. But I would say before very long, we're going to hear about another 2. We know about 1. We're going to hear about the other 2. Well, we know about Ukraine. We know about Russia. So maybe we'll hear about another 1. But there's going to be 3 that are going to devastate him. Can't come soon enough, can it, viewers? Well, now let me share some retrospective information with you. I don't know if you've caught up this week, but George Nader's back in the news. Lebanese-American businessman, not to be confused with Jerry Nadler, so George Nader. And I thought, George Nader, I remember reading on him. It was so long ago, it was March 2018, and I did a big rave then on George Nader, including one of my pieces of paper joining him to all the dots. And that's coming home to roost now. He was arrested for kiddie porn. They kept on doing business together, all of these players, because it doesn't seem to matter to them whether you're trafficking in young girls or the kiddie porn makes no difference to these illustrious people. So I was right about George Nader a year and a half ago, and also George Conway over a year ago, going to fight the good fight. Also, there was another one. On Nunes. I did one on Nunes in May last year saying he would go down. So this is what happens with tarot. The timelines aren't good, but it's usually really reliable in the long term. So keep your ears open for the George Nader stuff. Just reminding you, he went to the Seychelles with Eric Prince, right, and Kislyak, who was the Russian ambassador who met Trump in the Oval Office. So all these guys went and had a mysterious meeting in the Seychelles and told the FBI. They just happened to run into each other and had a beer. Do they think we're all imbeciles like that? Really? So now, the other snippet, I've been asked to do an update on Fox News because certain of Fox News, well, I shouldn't call them Fox News, Fox Entertainment, have splintered off, but you still have the diehards. So I will do one on request about Fox. Now, I don't know if you caught up with this, viewers. Tucker Carlson, you know, that Neanderthal who's continued to support Trump. I think he's actually a twin of Jim Jordan and they were separated at birth, you know. So Tucker Carlson came out and said, what did he say? Let me look at my notes. He said, Trump is a full-blown BS artist and he's a compulsive self-promoter. So you think, oh, out of the mouth of Tucker Carlson. Then he went on to say, that's why the left hate it when he tells the truth. Can you work that out? I can't. So he's saying his own president is a BS artist and a compulsive self-promoter, but that's okay. Look, we can only hope the GOP is in the wilderness for 2 generations after this hypocrisy. So let's look at Fox, shall we? Rupert at the helm, despite being 86, going on 87 and unwell. Dreadful man. So Fox, what's happening with Fox? Where are they sitting? I'll do a slightly different 5-carder like the one I just did, but I didn't explain the positions to you. I will with this. Okay, you have your central card, you have past actions, you have current thinking, you have atmosphere, and you have outcome. Okay. Ooh. The signifier for Fox and Trump is walking away. Don't get too excited. I don't think it means the whole station walking away. Although the baby fascist Lachlan Murdoch might decide to pull the plug. We'll see. But the thing about the Eight of Cups, the cups are still upright. There's a choice about walking away. And you'll notice this moon and sun here representing an eclipse. So there's sort of bang, wallop, eclipse energy going on with this card, a card of revelation and then walking away. So I think you might see some more peel off, or possibly even Lachlan making a more, dare I say, principled stand. That'd be a foreign experience for the Murdochs. But this does not bode well for Trump, you have to say. In the past, I think this is Murdoch, not Trump, the King of Wands. He's a man of power. Often the King of Wands, for those of you learning tarot, is a compassionate, wise, reasonable ruler. When not well aspected, it's someone who is quite selfish in that role. I think that's Murdoch rather than Trump. So in the past, that was Daddy Murdoch. Currently, they're still with him. Notice in the Lover's card, the Mountain, the path of true love does not run smooth. That's the message here. So given they're thinking of pulling away, they're still there for now. The atmosphere is these people and money. It's a money spinner for Fox. They don't want to lose their audience of, those who put it on at 6 a.m. and blob in front of it all day. It's their income. So that's why he's not walking away yet, but it is the signifier. Now, here is Trump. Trump, the Emperor, in outcome. So it could be that Murdoch and Trump come to a sort of pact, but I'm not so much thinking that with the Emperor energy. I'm thinking it's more that Murdoch, bear in mind, Murdoch always thought Trump was a cretin. He always thought he was not to be trusted. He always thought he was the worst businessman he'd ever encountered in any capacity in any country. These are all things he said. Kushner had to convince him to go with Trump, right? So now what I'm looking at here with the clarifiers is this Emperor card. I want to know where this Emperor energy is coming from. Where is the Emperor coming from? Let me just divvy up the cards, give them a good split. Here we go. All right, Emperor. Oh, I got two. Knight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups, look, this is one of the nicer nights. This is an opportunity to be nice, but it's falling on the Emperor. So I think with this, the Ace of Pentacles is more relevant. Money will win. So in other words, after all that, they're thinking about moving on, but they actually won't, because money speaks. So expect to see some individuals move away, but the organisation will back him for now. Don't forget, astrologically, the Yeti has very confronting, very challenging astrological aspects in January and February, and that fits with my general take on it all, which is he will go into next year. Like I said, people said he'd go in August, September, October. No. next year, but by the time January and February have slapped him around the chops, he's actually not going to be able to bear it much more. I really think so. Let's have a dip in. I've done Trump in December, but let's have a little look at him right now in terms of his mental state, which is another question I had from viewers, specifically on his mental state. Let's have a look. The Yeti's mental state. Mental state. All right, let's look. Oh, the Empress, he's leaning heavily on Ivanka. Oh, he's going to be superseded. I love that. Temperance. I think this has always been my Ivanka card. So I think she's probably the only person picking up the phone to him, as I've been saying for quite some time. The universe does tease us with the Apprentice card. He lives in his mental state. He's living in the days when he was a superstar on The Apprentice. It's like he's so out to lunch now that he's actually not all there literally. They're going to have problems with him speaking. This is the card of the orator. And it's like learning to speak. It's like you can't teach a 73-year-old how to talk, so I have to take the interpretation. They're trying to script him and keep him in because he talks such out-and-out rubbish. They're going to try and hold him in, but it's not going to be enough. This is the card of the new younger leader coming through. I think as he mentally declines, we're going to see someone emerge. I think this could be a younger Dem, this could be Buttigieg or someone like that. It's certainly not Biden. You'd have to say, dear intrepid ones, Biden's not looking marvellous, is he really at the end of all this? This is a younger person and a very lucid speaker. It might be simply a news commentator or someone, but they're going to suddenly have a very high profile, and they are going to describe, this is about his mental state, the speaker, they are going to describe his mental state in such a way that people finally get it. They're going to try and rein him in again. Now, Trump is a Gemini, and this is more the Libran energy of balance, so we know it's not speaking directly to him. This could be medication. They've changed his medication or something in the next month or so to try and control what he says. But so let's go a bit further with this. Tell us more about his mental state. Ivanka, I think, is very worried. Not only she's worried about her father, she's worried about her own situation. Well, it's finally dawned. But she's worried he's not going to make it next year. His mental state. Trump's mental state. Trump's mental state. Look, they're not going to be able to hide it much longer. I'm going to say that this card of disappointment is actually the base. I think the base, if you see there's still 2 cards up, but 3 cups, cups. 2 cups are up and 3 are down of their emotional thing. This is a transition for the base. Oh, about time. We're going to hear more about his international dealings. and the sword of truth comes through. So they're not going to be able to hide. The question is about his mental state. And they're not going to be able to hide the fact that he's actually not in a position to run a bowling alley, let alone a country, right? So he really isn't. And they've kept pretending. We've had the emperor and the jokes about the emperor with no clothes. He is stark naked. I'll spare you that vision. I'll try and take it back. But he is going to be revealed for the mental issues. You can't hide from the sword of truth. You really can't. And this temperance card, I'll just reiterate, this is definitely, to me, because I just kept hearing new meds, new meds. They're trying to give him something calm. We all know he had a penchant for Adderall or a similar hype. And I think that's what the little trip to the doctor was about, swapping the meds. But he's going to hate that, because it's like anyone who has access to a heightened experience, he hates it. So instead of taking it, he's not going to take it. I'm hearing a toilet flushing. You have to love the universe, don't you, really? Thank you for my guides. Thanks for that image and sound. He's going to flush the meds down the loo. Then he's going to start prattling. They won't be able to stop him. This could be, I was thinking before it was a dem, but it could be someone they try and bring in. I still can't remember the name of the new communications person to speak for him, but it's not going to work. Well, there you go, dear ones. So thank you so much. I am so privileged and honoured to have this role in your lives. I thank you. I thank you every day. I seriously do. I light candles every day, thanking the universe for you guys. I just love this work so much. So if you want to comment, please do, because it's really important to keep the community going. And it's going really well. You look at some of the comments and there's 25 replies and 14 replies and 28 replies. So you guys are really nourishing each other. That's so important. And just a little bit about the bushfires here. It's finally occurred to the dinosaur we have in charge of Bushfires Australia. He's had the same job for 30 years. He's finally gone, this is climate change. We have not seen anything like it. There are 90 fires burning out of control. People I know in cities are buying masks, which don't work, I hate to say, with that sort of smoke. People are getting burnt leaves on their balconies in cities. The fires, 3 big fires out of the 90 have now joined together into a mega blaze. But look, what I would say to all of you about this, it's really important to realise we missed the boat for the last 30 or 40 years of picking up on this stuff. We missed the boat 20 years ago. Not us as individuals. We've always been out there going, climate change, but our voices have been muted. And so ignoring, and it had to get this dramatic. Our rivers have been dying for the last 40 years. It had to get this bad for people to act. And I think it's finally beginning to dawn, you know. So hang in there. Know that there's better on the other side. Please don't feel ground down by this. Reinforce and be kind to each other. It's really important. And we need to take the time to envision better societies. We can do better than this. We can do better than this. The Australian government, just one more tidbit, was presented with a report because we do terrible things to asylum seekers, right? And 500 doctors have joined together to say these are terrible things that contravene international law, and our glorious hyper-Christian Prime Minister said, don't care. Where do these people get off? It's disgusting. But love and light. Love and light. All the best. See you soon. I'm going to do a collaboration with Johnny from Tara's Apprentice really soon. Okay, about another week or so.